They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Cowboys. Marquise Goodwin, his second touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Tristan Vizcaino for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
The drive will commence with a run by Mixon. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. He will find his man Chase complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40 down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Burrow going to get this into the hands of Mixon, his running back. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well. Burrow on play action. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Cowboys are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Following the interception, here's Prescott. Prescott able to get down there at the end on the slide, and he has the first as well. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down to the 27-yard line. The Cowboys 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they've gotten a pretty good deal from the schedule makers as well. Home dates in Weeks 1 and 2.
And I would believe that they would need to take advantage of that, partner, because as you can imagine, the road dates will pile up later this season. So this is a great opportunity for them to put some early distance on the rest of the division and create a little bit of a cushion for them for later in the year.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange.
And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Trey Hendrickson showing off his pass rush repertoire that time.
All Trey Hendrickson did in his first season in Cincinnati was set the team's new single-season record with 14 sacks. In his last 2 seasons, one in New Orleans, he's become one of the best in the league.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Prescott swinging this out for Pollard. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get it out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Pollard here once again, back-to-back catches. And they'll get him down short of the first down, right on the 10-yard line. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
They'll run for it with Pollard. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Mixing up the middle. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. And the Cowboys here on 3rd down bringing in an extra defensive back. Again, it's Mixon. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Burrow will throw. Flushed out right. Now Burrow loses the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. A disappointing end of the sequence there. He was starting to turn nothing into something, and then he lost the football.
And sometimes things get lost in the transition. And what I mean by that is you go from being a passer to a runner. And at a certain point, once you cross the line of scrimmage, you're strictly a runner now. There's no more downfield threat. Make sure you take care of the football while you're traversing downfield.
He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. And the Bengals are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Play action. It's Burrow. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. They go play action with Burrow. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Micah Parsons coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Final play of the half for Burrow and company. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Play action now. Prescott. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Logan Wilson, the one who got in there and dropped him to the ground. This defense coming out after the half, and if that plays any indicator, Charles, maybe a little refreshed and refocused here for quarters 3 and 4.
Yeah, they did really well on that one. That's exactly what they need to keep doing if they want to change their fortunes in this game.
Third and long for Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Logan Wilson, 2 plays in a row now that he has gotten in there for the sack, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Bengals drive about to get going. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll stay on the ground, mixing again. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down. They'll try and run for it with Brown. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Here's Burrow. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
2nd and 10 now, Burrow. He's got a man, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. From the red zone now, here's Burrow, 1st down. And he'll go right back to Chase. That's caught again. And the Bengals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. Now it's Burrow. Flush to his right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
Mixon hit, and oh, the ball is out. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Devin Asiasi, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bengals have got it back to within a score. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter, despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. Cameron Curl with the tackle that time. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Pollard again. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Third and short yardage. Prescott. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Ferguson. And he will have a Cowboys first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Prescott. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
For as many sacks as this defense has, you can understand their willingness to try and get upfield and get another. So what a really smart play call here to use their aggression against them, go with the screen, and they're able to get the first down.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. From the 38, Prescott. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And Hunt is not going to get there. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call, and they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
Here we go on 4th down. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
Well, they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
And this one's incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And they snap him short of the first as he can only get to the 20. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to perhaps salt this one away. And his kick here is good. And that'll boost their lead to 9. It's 17-8. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going.
As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
Here we go. And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Burrow.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
If this offense can't get it done, they'll think back to just a few plays and say to themselves, this was a winnable game and we let it get away. Still a chance to save it, but time's definitely running out.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Here's Burrow.
He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. For this defense,